Okay, so here is my library haul. Ooh, almost lost it. There we go. Yeah, every time I walk into a bookstore, a library, you know, anywhere with books, I feel like I'm at a gigantic, brilliant salad bar. Do you ever feel like that? I'm sorry, there's a hair that's just not cooperating here. I feel like I want to have it all, and I sometimes try. But I can't read all these books in 3 weeks. Who am I kidding? Anyway, I just have to have them all, even though I know I probably won't finish them all, but they're in my house right now and the possibilities are endless, or, you know, endless-ish. Anyway, these are the books that I got from my public library. These are gonna look shiny on account of that's how libraries do their books. This is by Jennifer A. Nielsen. It's called Rescue, and I mean, the cover caught my eye, you know, obviously that's the first thing you look at. But it looks so good. It has a very long description, so I won't read the whole thing, but essentially it is a story that takes place during the Nazi invasion of France, and it says, I'll just read a little clip here. It says, with the Nazis in fierce pursuit, she begins the trek across France. The main character's name is Meg, and they live in France during World War II, leading strangers through treacherous territory. Meg faces danger and uncertainty at every turn, all while struggling to crack her father's code. Ooh, there's a code. I love a code. Anyway, looks really good. Don't know if I'll actually read it or not, but I have good plans too. Big plans. Oh, I don't want to lose my sticky note. Put that over there. Okay. All right, this next 3 books is a series, and I found the third book in their brand new books. So I went to see if they had book 1 and 2, and then I checked them all out, because why wouldn't I, right? So these books are by Liesl Shurtleff, who is the best-selling author of, I just forgot what she wrote. Hold on, I'll look. Okay, here she is. She wrote the series Rump, of the her version of Rumpelstiltskin, the Fairly True Tale of Rumpelstiltskin, and other books in the Fairly True Tales series. That's right. I don't think I've read them, but I think I own them. Rump is one. I want to say like Grump or Grumpy. I don't know. Anyway, they look really good, those other books. So I'm sure this series will be as well. It's called Time Castaways. This one, the first one, is the Mona Lisa Key. And I'll just read the back really quickly. Matt craned his neck to see down the tunnel. I think a train's coming, he said. The light grew brighter every second until they could see glaring headlights coming down the tunnel. The train did not sound like a train. It was eerily quiet. Perhaps it was a very new train, Matt thought. But as it approached and slowed, it clearly did not look new. It looked like something that had risen from a swamp. Water dripped down the sides of the cars. Toward the bottom, it had what looked like rotting leaves and barnacles growing on it, as though the train had been pulled from the bottom of the ocean. It even smelled a bit like the ocean, briny, fishy, with a faint aroma of, "It smells like peanut butter," said Corey. The windows were so caked with grime it was impossible to see inside. A symbol was posted in the window, a bunch of white arrows crossed to make a star, with part of it in bold red to make a V. Have either of you ever heard of a V-line? Ruby asked. So there is the train, and it just sounds right up my alley. So here's the first one, the Mona Lisa Key. If you can see that okay. The second one in the series, I just love this cover so much, the Obsidian Compass. Look at that little V-dub bug. Not bug, bus. And that one looks really cute. The first one, the copyright date is 2018. So the whole series is very new. The second one was written in 2019, and I'm gonna guess this one was either 2020 or 2021. 2020. The third one, this is the brand newest, is called The Forbidden Lock. And this time they're in a little biplane. I think that's what that's called. But anyway, they look really cute. They're very thick, so we'll see. Yeah, there's like 460 some pages, so we'll see. Okay, the next book, I know I've read the description of this book before. I read it in the library a little bit, but I didn't really spend much time there, so I just kind of grabbed. Jacqueline Woodson is National Book Award winning author of Brown Girl Dreaming. I've read, did she write Wolf Hollow? I thought she had. Let's see. Maybe not. Hold, please. Okay, this is not the author I thought it was, but here is her list of books. Some of them look a little old for anything that I would read to my kids. This one I don't think would fall into that category anyway, but it just sounded so interesting. It's called Before the Ever After, and it is about, I'll read the inside here, about a boy whose father suffers some long-term effects of playing football. Okay, it says, for as long as ZJ can remember, his dad's been everyone's hero. A popular pro football star, he's as beloved to the neighborhood kids as he is to millions of sports fans. But lately, his dad's forgetting stuff and turning moody. The doctors think it might be because he's had so many concussions, but they're not sure how to help. That stings, and so does the day his dad embarrasses him in front of his friends. ZJ's scared and has lots of questions. Will his friends stop coming over? Will his father get better? Are their glory days gone forever? For now, though, ZJ's just doing his best to get by, taking comfort in his music and his friends who do have his back. Somehow, whatever's coming next doesn't seem half as scary with them cheering him on. So, interesting. Anyway, another reason that I thought I might want to read this one, and I don't know if I'll do a book study on it or not, it just kind of depends, but I still want to read it. A lot of it is in poetry form, and then some is prose, but I just thought that, well, no, it looks, yeah, I think some's prose, some's poetry, maybe. Anyway, looked kind of good. We'll see. The next book I got, I saw on a couple booktubers videos, and it looks really interesting. It's called The Brave. It's by James Bird, and the premise of the story just had me hooked from the very first listen. Not listen, you know what I mean. From the very first blurb I heard about it. Okay. Colin can't help himself. He has a unique condition that leads him to count every letter spoken to him. It's a quirk that makes him a prime target for bullies and a continual frustration to the adults around him, including his father. When Colin is asked to leave yet another school, his dad decides to send him to live in Minnesota with the mother he's never met. She is Ojibwe, I hope I'm saying that right, and lives on a reservation. Colin arrives in Duluth with his loyal dog Seven and quickly finds his mom and his new home to be a warm, welcoming, and accepting of his condition. Colin's quirk is matched by that of his neighbor, Orenda, a girl who lives mostly in her treehouse and believes she is turning into a butterfly. With Orenda's help, Colin works hard to overcome his challenges. His real tests come when he must step up for his new friend and trust his new family. I just thought that was so cool. I've never heard of that condition, but I want to say awful, because you would feel like, it sounds like an OCD disorder, that you would just be driven to have to, count in your head, but then to say out loud how many letters somebody just spoke to you. So in the very beginning, I read the first page or two. Oh, and I didn't see that, but look how they wrote The Brave with the numbers. 3, 5. That's pretty cool. Oh, and then, the dedication. I read the dedication. I'll read it to you. It is amazing. It says, "This book is for the 4 chambers of my heart. First chamber, my son, Wolf, who is the bravest person I know. I love you. Second chamber, Adriana, mother, who gave me her heart when I gave her mine. I love you. Third chamber, Mama, who gave me my heart and taught me how to use it. I love you. And lastly, the 4th chamber of my heart is reserved for whoever my son one day falls in love with. I gave him his heart and he gave it to you. I love you." Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Anyway, the first little part here, the first chapter, it's called Caterpillar. It says, "How's your nose, Colin?" Principal Harris asked from under his thick tobacco-stained mustache. 18, I say, and wipe the small stream of blood escaping out of my right nostril. Principal Harris and my dad, who sits beside me, both stare at me like I'm a stain that won't come out of an expensive carpet. "Can you not do that right now?" Principal Harris asks, with irritation aimed at me. Sounds really good. That might be my first one I pick up. I don't know. And then the last one. This one I also picked up simply because I heard other people on, can you see it, on YouTube in their book videos talking about this one. It is called Yoke, and it has something really special. The hands go across the pages to the back of the book. Isn't that so creative and clever? They're on the pages. I just thought that was neat. That alone is reason enough to check out the book. This is by Mary H.K. Choi. I'm not sure I'm reading that right. And it's called Yoke. I think I said that. Maybe I did not. And this story is about 2 sisters. They're twins, and they don't get along very well, and one of them has a sickness or an illness or something that she needs her sister to she needs her sister's help. That's really all I know so far. It says Jane and June are nothing alike. Oh, they're not twins. June is 3 years older, a classic firstborn narc with a vile, it's under tape so I can't really read it, with a vile finance job and a soulless apartment, according to Jane. Sounds like a great pair. Jane, on the other hand, is an emotionally stunted, self-obsessed crybaby who lives in squalor, not squanter. I'm sorry, it's shiny and there's like tape over the words. I'll blame it on that. Okay, so this is a YA book, and I am not going to read the rest of the description, but anyway, June ends up getting cancer, and Jane becomes the only one who can help her. So, sounded kind of interesting. Obviously, this one is just a read for me, but sounded really interesting, interesting storyline. So, gonna give that a try. And that concludes my book hoarding episode of all the books. Oh, gosh, they fell. Anyway, I am going to try to read some of these. I'm probably going to start with this one after I finish. Hold on. After I finish this one and this one. So let me know if you've read any of these, if you liked any of them. Oh gosh, my book tower is falling. If you are going to be reading any of these, or if I've inspired you to go find one of them. Ooh, that'd be exciting. That's my goal, is to make people want to read all the books. But don't take mine, because they're mine. I'm just kidding. Anyway, stay positive about the world we live in. Read more books. And click thumbs up if you like this video. And consider subscribing to help me grow my channel. Thank you, and I will see you next time. Bye. Monroe is trying to eat my keyboard. She's trying to eat this, honey. She thinks it's a worm. This. She just pulled it off my computer. Yeah.
Are you that hungry?
She not. She might be. Are you going to try to eat it again? Because it was pretty funny. Or did you get embarrassed? No, you're not going to do it, are you?
Well, that dude has roasted the worm.
Yeah. Hold on, see if she'll do it again. That was funny. What's this? Oops, sorry, that's your toes. What's this? That was funny.